Event. We want to do it's a fundraiser / instrument drive, and ideally I think we should start with a date and we'll go from there. So what's going to make most sense? What's going to set us up for a success? Plenty of time and not too much, because we don't want to get too close to.
Do you want it right like a week after spring break?
Well, we did, but see, that's where we're going to start being able to see this ongoing when we're doing milestones and tasks and such, because in order to do an event on the mall, you need to give them 3 weeks of a reservation time period.
So sometime in April?
Yeah, so it's not, that's what a lot of us are going to have to start thinking about too when we're planning events. So people that are looking to help with planning events and stuff, keep this in mind. It's not what you want, it's what we can get. So,
well, and you have to see what like band is available too.
Right. I mean, that's like an accessory piece. That's like, if we can get it, that'd be wonderful. If we don't get a band, it's not a reason not to hold the event. Okay. That's like one of those things. It's like, we'd love it to get this too,
so that's,
but
you don't
it's
want,
not essential, vital, like you can't do it without. It's not one of those types of, it's not a deal breaker. So, with that said, yes, it takes 3 weeks for you to reserve a spot on the mall, and what we need to do is think about what it takes in order to pull off a successful instrument drive / fundraiser. So here I'm going to shoot out some of the ideas we had before. If this sparks another idea in your mind, write it down, but make sure you keep it, because I may say it later in this list or I may not, and if I don't, I definitely want to hear what you guys have to say. So the first things that we had, and keep in mind on the next one that we do like this, when we bring up a milestone, this one we just already kind of had a head start on. All the rest of them are going to be starting from scratch. So just to kind of help segue, we'll go into what we came up with. So the first thing we came up with is to create an instrument drive flyer. So that's going to be something that's going to go all around school and the different buildings, in dorms, sororities, fraternities, anywhere we can get that poster put up, we're going to put it up there. So when you say something like that, what did all of that just mean? Well, now that means we need to make contacts with all the buildings on campus. So that means somebody's going to be calling all the buildings, asking what the requirements are, because different buildings have different requirements. So yeah, you can put up a poster, but it can't be bigger than an 8x11 sheet. Or yeah, you can put it up, but it has to only be put up in our lunch break room, or whatever. So we need to figure out what the requirements are of the different buildings, so that we know that we're not getting ourselves into trouble. Because if we post up a flyer just anywhere and it's somewhere we're not allowed to be, they can make sure, they can ban us from ever having any access to that again, and we want to stay away from that. So legal team, legal people will be thinking of that. Requirements of how you need to post up these flyers.
Be creative.
So then reserving space on the mall, that's done 3 weeks in advance, so you know that that's one of the first things you need to do, because it has one of the longest deadlines behind it. We need an advisor or president's signature on the mall reservation form, so that would be either me or Melinda would be able to do that. And so that's obviously something that I will be responsible for. I'll take the lead on that one. Club Congress calendar events. So this is to be able to spread awareness leading up, letting people know that we're having this event on the mall. And the reason why we're targeting Club Congress and venues like that are because these are people that already have an interest in music. So the likeliness that they perhaps play or know someone that's played or have attempted to play in the past, the probabilities are going to rise up. So we need somebody to figure out what the Club Congress calendar of events is and update that, or upload it to Active Collab. The next one is Rialto events. So I mean, think creatively. Those are just 2 that we threw out there. There's obviously more than 2 venues in Tucson though. So finding any other events calendars that you think would be helpful, go ahead and put them up there. Another one that I saw when Tom's did this before was they had their event posted up on the radio station's event calendars. So if we can call up KRQ and say, hey, we're holding an instrument drive, and have them possibly do a blast over the radio to be like, oh, these kids over at the U of A are holding an instrument drive. You guys should go check it out today from 11 to 2, da-da-da-da. We should try to do that and have them put us up on their website a couple weeks out so people see the event coming up.
Well, we can even get them to come out on campus, because I know I contacted John, Jay, and Rich, and they were like, oh, if you would have given us, a little bit more notice, we would have totally been able to send someone out, but it was like right around a really busy time.
So I'm gonna pause for a second. I think all these tasks are gonna start rolling out. We go, all right, let's look at a desired date time. Let's just look at, let's make it a number. So we look at a calendar. Where do we want this to happen? Because then what we can do is, all right, if you notice, like while you're talking, I just experimented. I went in these checklists and I went, okay, if you can check it, I did a couple. But I said, okay, confirm desired date with mom. So if it's not available, we have to obviously shoot the around. But I think it's going to start with, where we want it. So you said April for sure. Is it mid-April? Is it early April? What makes sense? I mean, mid-April, that's like 6 weeks out, right? No, a month.
I think probably the week of the 5th through the 9th, somewhere in there, 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th, that would be good.
I don't know. I feel like stuff like this, like it's too soon. I kind of feel like either the 2nd at the earliest or the 3rd week. Any ideas?
That is the 2nd week.
Oh, okay, technically. I mean, I guess the 4th week.
I mean, like dates wise.
Yeah,
2nd
like
and 3rd.
yeah. So like either like the latter part of the 12th to the 18th, or
Okay.
or even like I guess. Okay, let me tell you what else is going on. This might help. Starting April 1st is going to be like we have a dinner March 25th, and my goal is Tyler and I, the guy that's helping me lead up the curriculum team, we're inviting potential teachers to come to this dinner to hear about the vision, right?
So the dinner's just like for you to explain basically
Yep.
what MyTown
You're
is doing.
you're going to hear a speech from Tim Sultan, who is the politician. He's speaking about the political and economic significance of what MyTown is existing to do. I'm going to be speaking about just like the overall vision and like, obviously teachers, that's kind of my niche. And then hopefully Crystal is going to share about SITE so that people can hear about these different entities that are working towards this goal to create jobs.
Sorry, what time is the dinner?
It's going to, we're saying 7:30, but we'll probably start eating and all that at like 8. So just say 7:30. Okay? So hang on 1 second. So with that in mind, when we get in April 1st, we've qualified, the leaders over the curriculum, so that'll be building underneath. So that's kind of going on at the same time, and then we're going to have like the school stuff still happening. We're still going to be doing appointments and gathering research. I mean, essentially at that point, we'll have like a website where we can start getting signups and seeing where this demand is going to start coming from. Now, so I think with that in mind, what's going to be a good place to position this event, in the village, because that's going to be momentum that we want to involve those people as well.
And
so
you
we
don't
can
want
start
to do it too late because you don't want them to forget about it too.
Right.
I mean, I agree with you for that, the 12th to the 18th, because I know the week before there's like the global
The
retail
global retail conference, and people are going to be more interested in that.
Yeah.
Okay, so ideally what?
But that's also a potential outlet for us to be able to reach out and,
Or maybe there,
Advertise.
but like
Yeah.
you're not gonna want to bring people away because I feel like
oh yeah, no, definitely. And people are already, I know, especially in this building, are already kind of like really overwhelmed with that week as it is, because it's a really big deal.
What week is that again?
It's the week of the 5th through the 9th.
Yeah.
So if we did it the week after, that's okay, or you're saying that's
Yeah.
too close?
No, they're saying that's okay.
Oh, okay.
And I think it should be on a Wednesday. I have to go, but I think it should be on a Wednesday. That way we can have a Monday meeting to like wrap up all the loose
That's
ends, and we
true,
can
yeah.
meet and be like, okay, is everything good? If not, Tuesday, like we'll have a day to like get everything fine.
Do you guys
All
see it as
last
like
minute
a lunch thing?
fixes.
Maybe like we do a lunch teaser kind of deal?
You can
that
only
leads
have
up to like come tonight.
amplification from 12 to 1 on
Right.
the mall. So if we're having bands, it can only be from 12 to 1.
Well, there's no way you're going to pull off more than one band at 12 to 1. I mean, if you eat a little time and set up, then you're going to have bands that are going to sit there and wait, like
Well,
waiting
then
to
one
play.
band.
Yeah,
Did you have the
I was
main
thinking
band?
one man.
I think just one band is.
And then invite like a battle of the bands later that night. Most battle of the bands happen later that evening. So if we were able to book ideally, either within a day apart max, we want to have like a teaser thing to go, hey guys, tonight we're going to do an instrument drive, come back. And then they're like, oh, now I can go get my money, to eliminate that deal.
That's true, because then it gives more opportunity for people
Well,
who
where
like,
would we do that
just
then?
saw
'Cause
it
it's
on
not
the
going to
wall.
happen on campus if we do a battle
Yeah.
of the
Battle
bands.
of Bands I've seen every single year. They do multiple Battle of Bands on the mall at night.
Really?
Yep. Every time they do it, they do it on
It's
the
also
mall.
allowed from 5 to 7 amplification. So
Right.
it must be good.
So, well then that's a task in itself. Somebody needs to figure out the absolute times for amplification on the mall.
Well, yeah, I think we go. All right, can we book two days? Can we book 2 events?